computer.
All right.
Must be true.
It must be. Now get over here on YouTube and find it. And I will say hello to everybody who is out here. And I need to turn the sound off, I could guess. Good morning, Shel. It's Thursday morning.
Yeah, same old, same old. We have Laura and Ela and Deborah who have joined us so far. Good morning.
Yeah, great.
And Beck.
Hey,
today we're doing collage.
How's everybody doing today?
I'm pretty happy. We're doing collage.
Your favorite, right?
It is. It is. I love it.
So since you're doing collage, what are you collaging today, Shel?
I'm going to do my animal portrait for the month because I haven't got that yet. And I saw this really cute picture. I'm not sure if it was on Facebook or maybe Instagram, but it was this goofy goat, like looked like he was leaning into the frame, like hello. And goats are funny, and I need some funny.
Oh yeah, funny is always good.
So I've already drawn him on deli paper, and I've got this what I call crap paper, which is just painty paper from all the gel printing we've been doing. Oh my gosh, so much gel printing.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to try to use up some of this just paper that it's mostly just roll off paper.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I've got an assortment of papers out here. I've just, I've started, we had to get going because it's collage and it takes forever for this stuff to dry. So I've got, this is just a piece of chipboard off the back of a pad of paper. And I need to start my other camera. Just reminded myself about that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make sure that I've got it within, I don't know. The cameras have been a little wonky today. Sorry, guys. Try to move it up a bit. All right. So what I did was I just put a coat of black gesso down, and then I gridded it out because I want this thing kind of linear for my background. And that's why I have these strips of paper here. These are just, I wanted to get mostly lightweight. This is a little bit heavier than lightweight, but when you're collaging, the lighter the paper, the easier it is to put down.
Yes, I agree.
So, cardstock is kind of tough to collage with. Hey, good morning. Good morning. We have Vicki in the house.
Hello.
So that's where I'm headed anyway. I just, because I'm not good with lines, that's why they make kids paper with lines on it. Because for people like me that can't stay within boundaries, I need to grid some stuff out just to make it work out for me. So that's what I did.
But in order to keep myself on the page, I did tape off my page here in the book, which I do occasionally, so that I can have a border around this eventually.
Yeah. So what's everybody doing? Anybody working along with us this morning? Anybody collaging? Tell us, do.
Beck says the lines are our friends. Could be true.
I need lines. I need lines.
So yeah, mostly we're gluing stuff to stuff today.
Yeah. Well, and that's where the word collage comes from. It's from gluing stuff down. It's all about gluing, folks. It's all about putting pieces of paper down and gluing them down and making something out of it. So, oh boy, excitement. You get to watch us glue a bunch of stuff down today.
See who else has joined us. Marie. Hi, Marie.
basically I have to get a background going, and that's why I got this started early, because I didn't think you wanted to watch the gesso dry, and you didn't want to watch all of this stuff going down and coming together, and because that gets to be long and drawn out. I want to get it down, get it dry, and then I can move on to the next step. Because collage is about steps, right? Collage is about kind of following a way of doing things.
Well, everybody has their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
Mine is a particular way of doing things. So, but I do a lot of this. I'm just layering colors. I want to cover the areas first where the goat's not going to be. So I've kind of given myself a little bit of a guideline. I'm not going to cover the whole page because today I just want to get, I want to get started on my goat part. So
you want to get your goat.
Something like that.
Oh, okay. Obviously, that wasn't that funny. Sorry, folks. I have a weird sense of humor today.
Just today?
Oh, I know. Just, yeah. So, you can see mine is kind of homogeneous. A lot of blues, greens, a little bit of purple. It's where I'm going with this for my background.
So where are your papers from? Just ones you found around the studio, or are they ones that have been being made while you've been...
They're papers from everywhere. I mean, I just went to my stash and started pulling. I mean, this is old scrapbooking paper. This is collage paper. I've got where was it? I had some paper that was, I should incorporate that. I had some gel print paper, so what I do is I just take a straight edge and tear, I take a straight edge, tear it down, make my pieces, so this can be incorporated in here. And you can make squares, you can make triangles, you can make circles, you can make anything you want for this background part of it. But, it's a background. So you don't have to have something that's, your very best stuff, because a lot of it's going to get covered up. Or at least in my book, a lot of it gets covered up. Because I'm all about layers. Let's see.
Well, I've got my brown section of where the goat lives here, and it looks mostly brown, right?
Yeah.
But it's got purple and orange and coral and blue, a little bit of green. It's got all kinds of stuff in there. That's what I like about mixed media. That's my favorite thing, is to just make so much color and pattern and shape within something else. I love to do that. So now I'm going to start working on my skyish sort of area and my that stuff,
That stuff. Yep.
Trying to keep within my frame. I don't want to have to cut a lot of this out of the frame, because that is pretty annoying to have to do that.
So, and I repeat patterns, Hey, Marie. Hey, Shelley. Glad you could join us today.
We like it when people join us. It's even more fun when people actually do the project we're doing along with us and then post it in our Joy of Sharing Facebook group so that we can see what they did. I like to see what my stuff inspires.
Yeah.
If it inspires anything. Not sure.
Well, and it's good to have inspiration. You know, that's why I was making that inspiration journal. Gina's making an inspiration journal. A number of people are making inspiration journals because it helps, you know, spark that imagination. People are always asking, well, where do you get your ideas from? How do you, you know, and it's from everywhere, but sometimes it helps to have them organized, your thoughts organized. And so that's where that whole inspiration journal comes in, because my thoughts are scattered a lot of days, and I need to have a little more organization so that I can sit down and work. Because, you know, if I just sit down and look around and look at all this stuff, I could go crazy. Crazier than I already am. I know. Some people here are going to say, that's nothing new.
My chair is really squeaky today. I bet everybody can hear me rocking back and forth on my chair. Let's see. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Frana. Have I missed anyone? Shelly, Marilyn, Cindy, Terry, Sybil, did I say?
I think I miss Sybil. Hi, Sybil.
Oh.
I think I missed Terry. I think I'm missing people. Sorry, people.
You're such a bad girl, missing people.
No, I know. Well, you know, I keep looking at this, trying to, I do try to mix it up when I'm putting this stuff down, so that it's got some kind of flow to it. And I'm sitting with my brush in my left hand, and I'm saying, where's my brush? So you can see
those days
I'm having.
Where's my brush? Oh my gosh. I don't even know.
It's kind of like when you got the glasses on top of your head. Where are my glasses?
Yeah.
Oh my word. Okay, so let's get a little bit of this in here. Like so.
I'll just go with that. Now I want more over.
And a little piece of this on the corner. And then I think we've got a background, and then I'll have to dry.
Yay!
And I did go over the top of this too, just because I don't want everything soaking right into those papers. I want to be able to move stuff around on top of here. So
I like to put undercoat, overcoat, and all coats.
yeah.
Just to make sure. If it's thicker paper, put glue on the back and the front.
So I will cut this. Oops. See, there it's peeling off because it got stuck. I'll have to gesso that again. But you can see there, it's just a piece of chipboard off the back of a piece of paper. If I can keep this tea-dyed papers for Halloween journal. Oh, fun.
Halloween is coming.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I don't know what I'll do for Halloween this year. I was thinking about my little ones being gone. Of course, I don't have a lot of little ones left.
Yeah, it was a lot more fun when the boys were little. Used to make costumes, take them out in the neighborhood, but now everybody in the neighborhood's older, and yeah, it's kind of sad, isn't it? Kind of sad. I think this is too dark. Too dark for right there. I guess I'm gonna go with this. Hey, go away, you silly piece of paper. Welcome, Peggy.
Huh. Well, I've got to say, some of that quote unquote collage paper is not behaving very well.
Every paper is collage paper.
This is that, it's separating out like a napkin almost. It's that stuff from, who is it? Let me find it and I'll tell you guys so that you know. I had some of these in the pile, these collage papers, and that's actually where I got the piece of stuff off the back from Art by Marlene. And there's like 10 different patterns, 20 sheets in here. So some of those patterns that are in here are from this collage pack. I was looking for, you know, the colors that were going to go together. So I just pulled stuff from everywhere. Well, this stuff is in here and it's kind of behaving like a napkin. It wants to separate out. So if you have any of this, just know that, be gentle with it, you know, when you're collaging, because it's not going to be as tough as some of these other papers. I mean, this piece right here is some from that grouping where, you know, this is probably twice as thick, which is scrapbook paper. And then just regular printer paper, you know, is more like the scrapbook paper. I don't know, I haven't worked with that particular paper very much because I have a lot of my own stuff that I've created, but I didn't want to, you know, reinvent the wheel this morning for the show and have to create all those papers. I just wanted to grab something out of my stash. So.
Give me some over here.
Sybil can't play. Sorry. Oh. Okay, I don't know if that's dry enough to cut down yet. You want to make sure that it's, you know, when you come at it with a knife, it's fairly dry. That's part of the problem with doing it. I mean, this is very wet. You can see it's even wet on the back side. I should probably dry it from both sides. I'm going to mute for a minute so I can get my stronger heat tool out.
Green over there, green here, green there. Uh-oh, just dropped that one. That's not helpful. Make sure all this stuff is covered. That would have been better with a darker one. Let's see if I can find a darker one. Darker one, where are you? How about a weird one? Let's do that. Huh. Ah, that works. That works. These are trees back here. So got layers and layers of like bushy tree situations. Got some creases because this is deli paper, which naturally just wants to crease, of course. It's already kind of creased with the stuff anyway, so. Okay, got all that green area covered. I think it's pretty much the background is donezo.
Lovely colors.
All just complete junk.
Yeah.
Junk paper. It's nice stuff. Because the goat guy is going to be right there. Looks like I need one more little bit of green right there.
I like your goat too. He's fun.
Thank you. He's kind of goofy. Okay.
So I'm just going to trim out the excess paper with a craft knife. Marie says she loves your goat too.
Oh, thank you. All right, now I just need to figure out what color goat's going to be. Should he be normal colors? Should he be crazy colors? Oh, it looks like I need a little bit of green right there. It's going to peek through. It's peeking.
I don't know. Color can kind of get your goat.
It's one of those days.
Okay. We're not singing, but we're still being silly.
You never know. I might sing. It could happen at any moment. I think I need like some little grayish, something-ish over here just to make this make more sense. Because right now it doesn't make sense because it could be a cloud.
Okay, so I must have a dull knife.
Oh, I'm fairly certain that mine is. I tried to cut something with it the other day and it was like, time to get a new knife.
Well, it always helps if you cut through things several times, which is what I'm doing here. But even with that, I'm having some issues. You know, take several swipes at it. You'll have much better luck. I'm getting there. Just got one more edge to do. Okay. You see part of it's starting to come there. There's a little bit clinging on up here. There we go. All right. So we got a piece cut out. And I'm happy with that for a background. I think that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Put this away before I stab myself. Whoa. And clean up my messy table. All right. So now I have this. It's still a little damp in the middle, but that's okay. I think before I add another layer, I want to, let's see if I can write on it with a Sharpie yet.
Don't ruin your Sharpie.
Well, I might.
It could happen.
Because I think I want to define some of these areas.
Okay, pretty happy with my background now. I
With a
think I'm
Sharpie.
just going to move on to doing just the goat. It looks pretty good. I'll get this guy out of the way. And
Because what I want to get rid of are those jaggedy white edges where some of the paper is torn away, some of the color may have torn away. And I like the thick and thin line. I don't necessarily want just a, you know, all one size. I want the interest of the line. It adds another component to my collage work.
I guess I'll start with an ear.
Hey, Laura, how you doing this morning? Thanks, Marilyn.
Oh, I gotta find colors, some type of colors. I've got some blacks. I've got some.
Yeah, sometimes if you're not real sure where to go with something, just grabbing some papers and gluing them down is a good solution. Like I said, this doesn't have to be linear like this. You could do circles, you can do triangles, you can do squares. You know, you can mix them all up together. Do stars. You can do, you know, think about the opportunity to do something different here.
It's actually a pretty good ear right there.
And then post it in the group so we can all see what you did, because we really would like to see what you're doing with your collage work. Collage, you know, when I was a kid, collage was one of my favorite things to do because we always had scraps of stuff around. And you can do it with anything. You can do it with book pages. You can do it with magazines. You can do it, you know, because it's all about glue and paper. And, you know, everybody's got a bottle of glue somewhere.
That section of my globe.
Yeah, see right there's a piece that went missing, like it was tissue and it wasn't. So, like I said, be careful with that stuff. Sometimes it's good to know about different products, and I just haven't worked with that one enough to know that it would do that. Catching your breath? I know our Laura's been clearing out her craft room, so she probably needs to catch her breath. Take a moment, spend some time with us. I've got to do that this week too. We've got a big craft sale here in town that we do a couple times a year, and that's my opportunity to purge. You know, it's my opportunity to go through things and see. You know, I look at it and say, oh, I haven't touched that in the last 6 months. Probably not going to touch it in the next 6 months. It needs to find a new home. I mean, some of the tools I'm always going to keep, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, like Shel and I say, we were both stampers and scrapbooking and all of that. We've got all of that stuff. I did basket weaving. I've still got stuff from that. Yeah. Avoid the mess. Absolutely. And it becomes overwhelming after a while to where you don't feel creative, or at least it bothers me. I don't work well in chaos. This is my calming place. So I need the calm. I need the zen in my craft space. And as I drag this along, you see that I'm getting this irregular line, and that's what I like. I like that. I think it adds more texture, more interest. If it's not all the same.
Oh, would you dry already?
Haha. Yeah. I'm
Doesn't
struggling
want
with a
to.
little bit of that myself here. That's the other thing about this collage paper. It doesn't seem to dry as quickly. This stuff is still like moving, so it's one of those that you probably want to let dry overnight, which I don't have time to do. So
No, I'm not going to do that.
yeah. That's why I got my big gun out. Got the big tools out.
No, I need that to be done.
Yes, absolutely. She says she doesn't mind the mess, but she loses things. Yeah, that's the other thing is, you know, if you can't find what you're looking for, it's hard to work.
Yeah, I need to basically just like, I need to get down on the floor and I need to find all the things and then put them in places. I need to, you know, do that kind of stuff. Not so much purge, but just
Organize.
organize. And
Yeah.
it's such a hard thing for me to do. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. I would rather do it if I had someone else with me, you know.
Well,
Like,
if I were there, Shel, I would help you.
I know you would. I know you would. And it's, I mean, organization is good, but I don't want to put everything so that I can't find it either.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a hard thing to figure out what to do.
Yeah, and it really depends on how an individual works. You know, depending on how you work, you have to organize. I mean, depending on what I'm working on, I have different groups of things. Like if I'm doing cold wax, I've got a container with all that stuff. If I'm doing pouring medium, I've got a container with all of that stuff. If I'm doing resin, you know, all of that stuff is grouped together in a box so that when I'm ready to work on that, I can go pull that out and do that. You know, all the stencils are in one place, all the brushes, except, you know, I keep my watercolor stuff separate from my others so that I don't commingle. And it's grouping. You know, a lot of times you just have to go through and make piles of things and say, okay, this needs a home, this needs a home, this needs a home, and then have your group there together so that you can do that. That's what I find helps me.
Yes. Maybe I want, do I have some more purple? I need some more purple.
Okay, so I'm pretty happy with what's going on here now. Okay, that's a good background. And now I'm going to get some rub-ons. Just do some random stuff with rub-on.
Oh, that's a nice piece.
These have been around and used in my stash off and on. And it's time to use some of this stuff up. Like I said, it's time to get out of the rut. some of this stuff used. And I like, you know, we've got the black going on in the background. I like that contrast against the other color. I'll use black as an accent quite often, black and white, just for the drama of it.
Yes.
Oh, stained glass, yeah. You know, if you did something like this and just put a coat of clear resin over it, wouldn't that be pretty? I think that would be cool. You could do your stained glass that way. Just pick the colors of paper and the things that you want to do. You know, and I've stayed, you know, in the blue-green family, but I mean, you could do it almost like a landscape. I mean, you could have, you know, the beautiful colors of the sunset in here, or yeah, lots of opportunity. Okay, this one does not want to go down. And it's on what? Why is it giving me grief? It's probably hit a wet spot and it wants to pull everything up. So that whole piece may just stay there. If it's going to be like that, I'll just cut it off and stick the whole thing down. Because I can do that.
Yep.
Going to be stubborn with me. I'll show you. I'm the boss of this page. So there. Gonna be
Take
like
that.
Take that. Take that.
Every time I lay my brush down, I get 1,000 things stuck to it. It's just really lovely.
See, and that's when there's still moisture in there. That's what it's doing. Oh, well.
Stop sticking to stuff.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's see what I've got on this one. See if these are any better.
Oh, I love doing this. This is just my favoritist. What are we doing next week? I think next week was some type of a free play situation, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're just trying to, you know, at the end of the month, we kind of play catch up, try to get done what we need to get done.
Well, you're so far ahead. I don't know that you.
No, I'm not really. I feel behind. I really feel behind. Okay, so this isn't working either. So what I do in that instance is I'm just going to glue the whole thing down. It's going to be poopy because it's tearing my page. It's being naughty. Being naughty. Too wet. If you had a thinner substrate, it wouldn't stay so moist underneath. That's why it's good to let this stuff dry overnight. And I should have had the background done. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had a background done ready to work on today. But I've been a little busy. It was another gotta run up and down the road week. So I think I'll just cover over that mess. And
These are kind of weird goat colors, but hey, they work for me.
Yeah. You know, doesn't have to be realistic.
No.
It's collage. Okay, so I stuck all that stuff down. Now I'm just going to put a coat of gel medium on that to seal it in. And that will tame down the glare on the plastic.
Oh. Looking to see what I've missed. Sybil, Marie, Marilyn, Laura. Not much.
Yeah, they're not real talkative.
Yours look like stained glass. That's cool. Well, I think you noticed that already, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because I heard you say stained glass.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so we did some rub-ons. As part of our collage. What else do I want to do here? And I'm not going to come, because that's plastic. I'm not going to come in with a heat tool on there. Because we all know what happens when I do that.
That's not a good plan.
Not a good plan. See, I'm actually thinking ahead today. Woo!
You're on it, on fire.
Whoa. Okay, so let's see. I want some collage elements. So what do I have? I've got a bunch of junk here. I've got some butterflies. I've got a cool looking dress. Got a big watch. You know, this is just stuff that I fussy cut, right? Just sitting around here. What else have I got here? I've got got this little guy. It's kind of cute. This would pop off of there. And, you know, you can just take all of these things and do a trial run, see what you like. Haven't really found the thing that's speaking to me yet. Oh, look at that. Oh, I think he's talking to me. Oh, and then look at her. Ooh. Oh, I like her. I like her a lot. See, these are all fun. These are all fun. Just stuff, you know, as I go through magazines and things, I pull out stuff that I find interesting. I think she's fun. Although he's fun too. I don't know. Is it going to be the girl or is it going to be the astronaut? Girl, astronaut.
Decisions.
I know, right? Yeah, dog with a dress would be fun, but I'm just not feeling it today. I think I will just make a choice. What I got here. Oh, okay. So speaking of that same collage line, and I have used some of these things before in my work. She's got these die cuts. So these would be fun on the collage, right? I mean, if you took Actually, this one might actually be fun with that girl. If I took, and they're just like a punch out book. Remember when you had paper dolls and you punched them out when you were a kid? I do. Punch books.
Punch. I don't know if I really remember that. I know that I made paper dolls.
Well, paper dolls were a big thing when I was a kid. See, that is just too blue for that background. I think I'd have to make it pop out somehow. It's still a possibility. Like these would be fun, these pink houses, because they would come up off the page. Keep going, Peg, keep going. Ooh, there's a rocket. See, these rockets would be fun with that astronaut. See how well my mind goes, the things that I'm thinking about here with this. Oh, there's a mermaid. Now, if I had done a different background, I would probably pick her. I mean, I'd probably do more purple in here for a background for her. Some bright yellows, maybe. This bird is definitely one that would come up off of that page because it's contrasting color. If you noticed in Birgit Koopson's challenge, which is the gel print challenge this week, I think today is
Complementary
colors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, pull that out. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. See how that looks on that page? That's that complement. There's a seahorse, there's fishes. These are just fun. These are just fun. These would actually come off of there too because they have the newsprint. And sometimes it's fun to just do your stamping on newsprint and cut it out. So this is, oh, look at her. She would be fun on there. Beach. So that's what these are. And they're a little heavier weight. They're like a light cardstock weight. This one has different things, more nature things. So we might pull some of those out and use them. And then this one has creatures of all sorts. So, okay. All right. Let me cut this chick out and see what I think of her. I need to find the lid for my glue. Okay. Hi, Thea. We're doing collage today. We're doing, you know, this is my background so far. And I'm going to cut these out and see what way I want to go with this. Put it on the page and audition. Actually, what did I do with my cutting board? Might actually work faster that way.
guess I should get back in frame, huh?
That is the challenge.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to need to fill in over here.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm trying to not slice my hand open.
That's a good plan. I like it.
Just because it's probably better if I don't do that and have blood all over my camera.
Yeah, that would be gross.
I'm not being precise. I'm just kind of getting the gist of this. Because I don't want to spend all day cutting.
Nobody does. Nope, nope.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not liking that. It's too much stuff on her visor. I'm going to take that down. And I think I'm going to lose the hair portion. You can be brutal with these. Make it whatever you want, because it's collage.
You're so mean taking her hair away.
Yeah. And actually, I think I'm going to trim her neck down a little bit too.
Oh, and now you're telling her she has a fat neck.
I know. Like I said, brutal. Okay, now I've got this far. Let's see what she looks like on the page. Yeah, too many stripes. Okay, so I'm not using this image. See, that's what happens when you go to do something like that. You find out quickly what works and what doesn't. So let's see what the astronaut looks like. There's my straight edge.
Mr. Goat.
Hi, Barbara. You're not late. You're here. We're still here.
Yep, it looks like I'm gonna need to fill in right here. I moved something and now it's not fitting the same, of course. That's done. Oops. Go away. I think I just put a scrap of paper right down into my glue. That's good.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
Ah.
See if I can hold my tongue just right.
Yeah. I totally hear you. Where's my pencil?
Oh, pretty good. Last little bit there. And we'll get his shoulder. And a bit of cut out there. All right, let's see if I like this one. You know, some days you just have to try different things out. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot better. So, what are we going to put with him? So much for the foo-foo flowers and stuff. They do not work. So, we'll put the flowers away. I was thinking about them with the girl, but she will go on another page another day with my foo-foo because this is already set up to do another one. Let's see what we've got in here. Because I thought I saw... Okay, it wasn't this one. It was... What? Oh, yeah, we've got stars. Actually, I could do stars. I can do my own stars. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Let's do our own stars. And, you know, speaking of that, I think I want to put some background on here. Time have we got? We got about half an hour, looks like. Laura's off to the dentist. Okay, I hope it's just a checkup. Oh, dear. Hope it's just a checkup. Okay, so I'm going to use some... Let me figure out where the astronaut is going. I want him down here at the bottom. And just going to take a... This is just a white pencil. I think it's probably chalk. I just want to put an indicator down here for where this is going to be on my page. because I don't want to put a whole bunch of medium behind where I'm going to glue this down. I guess I could glue it down. Yeah, you could glue it down, Peg. All right, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and glue it down. See, now, she would have been kind of cool on there too, wouldn't she? See those yellow colors and stuff? That would be cool. Should have made a copy of that before I cut it out.
Oh, well, there's always more.
Yep, there is. And I need a piece of paper to glue on before I have glue everywhere. But see, she's got brushes back here. That's pretty cool. Must have been an artsy magazine I got that out of, huh? I wish my studio looked like that. She's just lounging around. No such luck.
Wait.
Okay, I think I got enough on there. Okay. And then this is a stencil from Nat Kalbach. It's L169 from Stencil Girl Products, in case anybody's asking me. Because sometimes you do. And I need light gel. I had it out here. Just so, and crackle medium and matte medium and ultra thick medium. Oh. Light molding paste. Ta-da! Ta-da! And a palette knife.
Okay, that didn't work.
And I'm just going to start up here around the image, and I may have to clean some off. It's okay.
Where's that kind of...
But I want to get some texture on that background.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit down here. See how we're doing. Yeah. See, there's just a little bit there I have to clean up. Yeah. Liking that. Still don't want to heat set because I still have plastic down there. So I'm just going to clean off my tools
I feel like
here.
I'm running out of time. I don't know why. Do we? Are we running out of time? Or is it just me?
So I will wash this thoroughly after a bit. As you can see, I don't normally spend too much time worrying about the wash up. But when you're using a paste like that, you got to get it out of the crevices. So, yeah, because you see, I'm even getting purple off of there, and that doesn't bother me. Look at what I got here from the cleaning. And it's purple or lavender.
The best color.
Yeah. Shel will tell you. So, I have a very wet piece. And honestly, I think I need to set this one aside and let it dry before I come in and do any pen work on it. I didn't think ahead about the plastic. So I'm just going to start that other one that we were talking about, right?
That sounds like a good plan.
Where did I put her? Let that dry for a bit. Actually, this would be kind of cool. You see the texture there in the background? This paper that I just created would be kind of cool with her. I like that. Okay, let's go with that. Let me get a journal. This one's still got some pages in it to work on. Yep. So we'll do that. Get a big stick. And gonna glue that down with my big Yoo-hoo. This is one that changes color when it's dry. You put it down blue, it turns clear.
Which is helpful.
Yeah, because then you know where you've been. And it's a fast way to collage. So I've got that. I'm gonna get the edge here. It's going across the spine. And we have a background. So next comes our girl. I think before I glue her down, I need to figure out what I'm doing around her. So let me pull out some of that stuff we were talking about. No, that's not the right one. Actually, I don't know. Because this is so pastel, I don't know if these particular flowers are going to be suitable because they're very vibrant and bright. I mean, something like this might be okay. I could actually put that over her eyes if I wanted to, or, you know, put it up in her hair. That would be okay. I've got some of these leaves. These might not be too bad.
Using some of that dark. Shoot. Shoot, shoot.
I don't think I want the red. What about a blue? Blue might be okay. So I'm just figuring out components here that are going to work together with my piece. Oh boy, I don't know if you guys heard that, but we are in storms here.
I heard something, but I didn't know it was a storm.
That was a huge thunder clap. Huge thunderclap. Okay, so I've got that. I've also got, let's see. I wonder if this might be going too far the other way. Yeah, flowers. Okay, I've got.
Barbara wanted to know what those books of images were.
Those are, oh geez, I'm cutting two of them. Those are books from Art by Marlene. They're just collage images. Got that. These might work in here. Yeah, they're just too red. I just don't like that. All right, not going to do that. Maybe some of the felt ones might work in with that. Take those out. See, before I glue all this down, I kind of want to audition where all this stuff is going to go. And I've got some vellum butterflies here too. These might be pretty with this. that one, that one. Trying to pick out the ones that work here. 2 green. The little pink one would be okay. This one would be okay. So I'm just pulling things out. Trying to figure out what I want to use here. They are fun. I think they're fun, you know. And when you want to do a quick card or a page or something, easy peasy to pull out. All right, I'm just going to dump these out because it's too hard to dig in there. So let's start figuring out what we're doing here. I'm sure this tab has a purpose, but I'm not going to use it. Tab. So I'm going to cut it off. Same with these leaves. I'm going to cut them out. Get rid of the tab. I'm thinking we've got enough collage elements now. I just need to start putting some stuff down. So some will go over, some will go under, you know. Bye, Marie. Okay, I'm going to start gluing. We'll see where we end up here. So I think I'm going in the general direction I want to go. Oh, that rain. It's just coming down. Buckets. I basically want to get the stuff that's going behind the head before I glue the head down, so I don't have to try to tuck that stuff in later. So that's why I'm doing these pieces. You know, you kind of have to think ahead a little bit as you're collaging so that it works out in the end. Need something up there. Maybe a butterfly. Oh, I've still got to put these someplace. Let's do one of these.
Yep.
These are
paper.
vellum, so they should peel. I think they peel. She says as she grabs a knife trying to get it off. Alrighty, there it comes. So now I think I'm ready to put some glue on the face. So let's get her going down here. And that's, I find, you know, using magazine imagery like this is fun. Oh, stop.
Leave me alone. How much time? Oh, there's just no way I'm going to get this done.
Got about 9 minutes left, it looks like.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. No, that sucks.
Well, they get the idea.
Yeah, but it's not even close to being in any way finished. Just looks weird.
Yeah, these are not finished projects. I mean, you know, the astronaut is still drying. He needs a lot of pen work. This I'm still layering. Do you guys have any questions about collaging? Is there anything we can help you with? Do you guys do collage? What's your take on this?
I have so much more work to do.
Marilyn says your goat is looking good.
Thank you. Just not going to be even close. It's going to need, you know, shading, and I need to put some more collage pieces on. And I thought I could maybe do this, but it does not look like it is even a remote possibility. I mean, there's going to be, you know, you guys know there's going to be shading along here.
Yeah, I can tell you guys when I do some of these pages, they usually take me 3 or 4 hours to complete. And a lot of times these are the overnight projects because I'll walk away and let stuff dry and then come back to them. So this was quite ambitious to do in an hour and a half. If you have a whole afternoon or a whole day to dedicate to doing something like this, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's just that it takes time.
And you guys can get the idea, I guess, but I still have to finish it. This is my animal portrait, so I guess I'll finish it on my own channel later.
You will. You will do it.
I guess I'll finish it today and then put it up on my channel, I guess. You guys get the idea anyway. It's going to be a goat, right? I still got to do the eyes. I got to add some more pieces in the ears and things. And this is like a strong line right here. This line needs to be real strong, because this is where his neck comes down. And this is the next leg that's coming down. So yeah. Anyway,
he's cool. I like him a lot.
Eyes, which they have very strange eyes. Their eyes are not round like we're used to. So I got to work some more on the nose and stuff. So anyway, yeah, this is going to be heavier here and heavier here. Around this muzzly sort of a thing. Need some heavier colors along there. It's got this funny little hair up here at the top, which I'm going to have to delineate somehow. But yeah, you get the idea. Anyway.
Yeah, he's stinking cute. I like him a lot.
Thank you. I guess I'll put that in there and put the lid on until I get some more work on this. I want things to dry out. Got all these papers everywhere, big piles. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. And we'll finish our stuff.
We'll get some stuff up for you guys, and hopefully you guys will play around with what you have. There's my lady. There's my astronaut page, and have fun collaging.
Yes, for sure. And show us what you do.
Thanks for being with us. We always enjoy seeing you guys, and we will catch you again next time.
Yep.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.